Hey guys, welcome back to MoTime, and today in MoTime Reviews we are checking out the new Bushranger L301 straight shaft line trimmer, so stay tuned. Alright guys, let's get into it. So we're looking at the Bushranger L301 Bushranger straight shaft trimmer. This trimmer is made in Japan and has been in my lineup for approximately three months now or so. So as always, before I do a review, I like to use the equipment first. Just to get a good number of hours with it in hand before I do any sort of review. I know some people do, unboxing reviews, but I don't tend to like them. I like to be able to use the equipment first before I actually give a real world professional review on a product. Because on my channel, anything I have reviewed currently is all out of my own money. Even this one, anything I've done reviews on, has been purchased out of my own money for my business. Probably because I was just in a similar circumstance as yourself and was looking to either buy a new brush cutter or looking to add another brush cutter to the lineup just for commercial use for those who own a mowing business. Need to add another one. So I, like you, might have been on that side of the screen and started to do my research into, what do I get next? Do I get a Stihl, a Shindauer, an Echo, a Bushranger, etc. So I'll go into a bit of detail as to why I went the Bushranger and why I've already got my Stihl. As you can already see here, I've already done a review on the Stihl, so you can go check that out on my channel. I'll leave the link up in the description up here, so by all means just click on that link and it'll take you through to the review of the FS94 RCR done. But yeah, go check that out once you sort of get an idea on this, if you're still uncertain on what brand you want to go. But I mean, when I was looking myself, I was going to go Shindauer, my old Shindy over here. I still have it. I don't use it. I've just kept it because I've had it like 10 plus years and it has been a great trimmer. But I've just kept it because it actually still runs. There's actually nothing wrong with it. I just don't use it anymore, but I didn't want to let go of it. So I've hung on to it for a just in case anyway. But yeah, I had that for many years and that has been fantastic. But I just wanted to branch out and try other brands, just my own sort of experience. And then I thought if I try different brands too, then I can bring my experience across to you guys and say, hey, this is what I didn't like, this is what I did like, etc. Is it worth the money? Blah, blah, blah. So talking about money, looking at the Bushranger L301, you're looking at about a retail price of $7.89, which is what they display on the Bushranger website. But again, go to your local dealer and I'm sure they might be able to cut you a deal or something like that anyway. But yeah, $7.89 is what it is for retail price on the Bushranger site. Now, Bushranger is based here in Australia, which in the current environment, which is one of the reasons why I went this, apart from some of the reviews I did see, there weren't many on YouTube when I did look at reviews, which is half the reason why I wanted to sort of do my own review as well, just because there's not many out there for many people to, get an in-depth look at, is it something they really want to consider outlaying $789 for, or is it not? But yeah, so hence why I thought, no, I want to do a review just to get my thoughts from a professional point of view, what the trimmer is like. So anyway, yeah, so this product made in Japan, but put together here and whatnot in Australia. So what I was getting to was, given the current environment and what's going on in the way of international shipping and everything to Australia and other countries, sometimes getting product and stock currently is a long wait and a long time. I know for my Honda HRU 216, the local dealer I go to, Pete, down there at Drive-In Mower Centre, he has been waiting ages to get Honda products and all that sort of stuff. So given the current environment and the uncertainty of what's going forward, well, it was one of the reasons too why I chose to go the Bushranger, just for ease of parts to get here in Australia, if anything breaks or goes wrong sort of thing. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I went Bushranger. Plus the fact I just wanted to try them out anyway and just see what they were like. Now, in the way of engines, in the L301, you've got a 30.2cc motor. Now there is a model smaller than this, there is a model larger than this. You can also get it with the loop handle if that's what you prefer, but that is more for slashing, other than your sort of comfort anti-vibration handle here, which is more for your general commercial, you know, lawns and whatnot that I do for my business. So yeah, you can get it with the loop handle, but that's not what I was utilizing the Brushcutter for, so I didn't get that. But yeah, so back to the engine, yeah, 30.2cc motor, plenty of grunt. It equates to about 1.1 kilowatt, which in what I do is plenty of power. I didn't need anything bigger than that, and I didn't want anything smaller. This actually is just a bit bigger than the old Schindler motor. I ended up going the size up, even though you do, obviously with a bigger engine, you'll carry a bit more weight. I ended up going the size up just because currently, pardon me, oh, I'm drinking too much Pepsi. In the current, I think last year or the year before, they brought in new emissions rules, and everyone legally needs to abide by the new engine emission rules. And I don't know specifically what they put in the engines, I don't know whether it was in the exhaust or what they changed up or a filter in there, but it's not allowing the engines to sort of rev and be as powerful as they used to be. They're still great, don't get me wrong, but I think that was one of the issues I had. If you saw my still review, I didn't have a great start with that still. I had a few months of it not running well in that, and that was most likely due to this new change in the engine we found. And once that part was kind of removed, which I don't know if that's legal or not to do that, but it ran 10 times better. But I get it, like we need to be sure about our climate and all that sort of stuff, and how many you know, emissions we're all pumping into the atmosphere, and what we're doing for the environment. So I'm not against at all the changes to the engine, the way of the environment. I'm actually for it. That is fantastic. It's just unfortunate we don't have them running as well as we used to, but they're still great regardless. They still run really well. But anyway, so because of that, that's why I went up to the bigger L301 and up to the 30.2cc engine, and that's ample for me. So in my business, I mainly do just privately owned properties is my main business. I don't do too many commercial. I do a few, but not too many, but my main percentage of my clients are based on just private owners of townhouses and houses here in Brisbane. So this has plenty of grunt, as you'll see in the videos that I'll sort of B-roll as I talk about this brush cutter. You'll be able to see in the videos, yeah, that it's got plenty of grunt. I mean, the video I shot isn't exactly in a big overgrown property. It is one of my regular clients that I do on a regular basis. So my yards I turn up to are generally never grown out of control because I'm there every fortnight regularly maintaining them. So, but otherwise you get a bit of an idea on how it runs. You'll be able to listen to how the engine runs and everything. But yeah, overall I've been super happy with the Bushranger. Now it is slightly heavier. It comes in at 5.5 kilos in dry weight. So dry weight means without any fuel in the tank, and that, so not that a bit of fuel changes too much, but yeah, 5.5 kilos. Now it is a touch heavier than my still. You definitely, if you pick up the Bushranger and you pick up the still, you definitely notice that the still is much lighter. But you got to pay a slight, actually no, it works out to be the same actually, because this is the bigger model up. So the price range works out to be the same. But I mean, from a commercial point of view, I'm not too worried about it because you might feel the weight to begin with, but as you're mowing like every day, it just becomes normal. You know, and if you look at it from a good point of view, you're getting a good arm workout and a good back workout. Of course, if you've got shoulder issues, bursitis or arthritis or anything like that, then of course a lighter machine is going to be far better on your body. But if you don't have any joint issues or bone issues or muscle issues or anything like that, then by all means having that little bit extra whipper, I don't mind, because it just gives me a bit more exercise as I go throughout the day, pulling out of the truck and going around and doing the lawns. But anyway, yeah, so back to the weight, 5.5 kilos. So again, not too bad, noticeably heavier, but again, I wasn't sore at the end of the day after using it, and otherwise it's an overall good feeling whipper. But yeah, but in to talk about comfort, super comfortable. Now, this handle is slightly thicker and a bit more, it is a rubber handle, but it's a bit thicker and a bit harder to grip on. Not harder to grip onto, it just feels harder in your hand. Now, depending on the size. Alright guys, sorry about that, I had a camera malfunction. So yeah, back to it. So yeah, what we're talking about next, comfort. So yeah, comfort, super handy. The handle, like I was mentioning, is a little thicker than my still, but otherwise still very comfortable, and the trigger is very comfortable under your index finger as well. And nice and throttle responsive as well. But yeah, so even though this one is a thinner grip, they both feel comfortable in my hands. I don't have the world's biggest hands, but still with the thicker grip, it's still very comfortable in hand. Now, speaking about the anti-vibration handle, this one's really good as well. A nice rubber thick handle, loop handle over the top here, and it's nice and squishy. It's not too squishy and not too hard, but it's not too squishy where you're just sort of moving around too much. It's just right. And what I like about this handle as well, there's a little bit of give and play on the handle as well, as you can see here. So if you bump into the thing and with the vibration, you just don't feel any through the shaft. When the head spinning at the high RPM, it does. So so overall, yeah, really comfortable brush cutter, and definitely recommend it if you're looking for that comfortable machine to use just on your own property, or whether you're wanting to use it from a commercial standpoint sort of thing. So yeah, so again, like I mentioned, this is your straight shaft one. It has the solid steel drive shaft, which again, very little to no vibration whatsoever, has been great. I haven't needed to lube the gearboxes or anything at this point, because again, the machine is not that old and just doesn't need that doing yet. But though, keep in mind, it always is a missed point when people ask me about servicing your brush cutter. When I used to be a small engines mechanic at a mower shop, people would service the engine and worry about all this, but then completely forget that you got your gearboxes that need to be greased as well. So anyway, keep an eye on them. Anyway, back to it. So yeah, so down to the shaft, yeah, fantastic, like I said, and no vibration coming through there whatsoever. Now down to the speed head. So this is a 4-inch easy, what do they call this one? Easy load tap and go head. That's right, the Bushranger says. Yeah, and it's been fantastic. I've had no issues with the head at all. I'm a big fan of the bump speed heads, which I had on my Shindawa. And I took the old head off that one and put that one on the still, because the still one that the FS94RC came with, can't remember, I had the box around here for it somewhere, but I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't great. Still's other heads are really good, but I just didn't bother buying another bump feed head from Still, because I had a fairly new one that I'd put on my old Shindawa. So I just transferred that over to that. But yeah, so the bump feed head on the Bushranger has been fantastic. It's a 4-inch one, so it is quite small. There's not, I'll just show you it there. It's not very big, which I kind of like. I mean, I don't mind the bigger ones either, that's fine. You can see on the Still one I have is slightly bigger, but again, not much difference. The only thing I would say that I've noticed from having a bigger head is probably the obvious, that it holds more lines. So for contractors like me, ideally a good thing, because the last thing we want to do is having to stop more regularly and feed more line in. But it still holds ample of line for us commercial guys. So yeah, no concerns on that front. The speed feed head has been absolutely fantastic. So super happy with that. And again, super easy to feed through. And then yeah, just turn it up, wind it up and done, snip your ends off and away you go. So nice and quick. But yeah, so overall, definitely recommend this product, whether you're looking to purchase it for your own property privately or whether you're using it from a commercial point of view. This brush cutter is designed for both worlds. Yeah, super happy with it over the time I've owned it, and definitely I think this will be a product that I'll still own for many years to come. So long as you keep it serviced and look after your equipment, then it will run for a lifetime, like I did with my Shindera. As you see, I can't remember, 10 or 15 years I've had that one, and it still does run, but again, I just put it to the side because, you know, I wanted to buy some more toys, but I also wanted to, I actually needed more brush cutters for the business, and I just wanted to try some of the new brands on the market. So this is the only product I have from Bushranger. I would love to try their hedge trimmers, and that I already have the Stihl battery hedge trimmer. I had an old Shindera extension hedge trimmer, which again was fantastic, but I shifted to try the Stihl battery range out, and there will be an upcoming review on that one as well. I've had that one for longer period than I've had this, so yeah, keen to do a review on that Stihl extension hedge trimmer as well. But yeah, I'd love to try out the Bushranger range of hedge trimmers. I don't necessarily need at the moment, so I'm not going to go out and buy equipment that I just don't need, sort of thing. I don't have that side money to just buy whatever and review it, unfortunately. But yeah, I would someday love to try out the Bushranger, further Bushranger equipment and give it a go. But so far, the relationship with Bushranger to start off with has been great. Been super happy with the L301 over the time I've owned it, and I'm sure there'll be many years for time to come. So yeah, if you want to get a hold of one, make sure you find your local Bushranger retailer and go down and have a chat with them. And like I did, I went down there and I actually wanted to feel the product, feel it in my hands to make sure you know, that was the one I want, and then get a bit of feedback from the mechanics down there in the way of, are they getting ones back with a constant problem or anything like that. And Chris and Bill from Mowerland here in Brisbane have been fantastic, and just you know, gave me the ins and outs and told me how they've really been, and they're a big supporter of the Bushranger brand as well. And I used to work with those guys many years ago, and I trust what they say, but at the end of the day, I also want to get out and utilize the machine myself to be able to give you guys a real world feedback on what I think about the Bushranger brush cutter. So anyway guys, I'm going to wrap it up today. I hope this has been some sort of help to you in regards to your search for your next brush cutter. If you are looking at going the Bushranger, I definitely recommend it. A great brand, a good Australian brand, and a good product all round. Super happy with it. Again guys, if you have any questions regarding this, of course, just put them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you. But yeah, make sure if you're new to the channel that you hit that subscribe button. We still have plenty more videos upcoming. Got a number of reviews coming on my equipment. Again guys, this is not sponsored videos at all. This is just equipment bought out of my own money for my own business, and I just want to give my feedback on the equipment. As I said earlier, I might have been just like you, where I was on that side of the camera trying to find reviews on equipment before I went out and spent my hard-earned dollars on it, just to make sure that I'm, you know, getting good value for my money. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are all staying well, and again, I hope you've enjoyed another MoTime review. But yeah, take care guys, and we'll see you in the next video.